Hello, my crafty lovelies, it's Pamela. Welcome back. So I wanted to give you a little update on my life, my Etsy shop, and my YouTube channel. I'm not going anywhere, but I have had a lot of issues with my Etsy shop, and I wanted to share with you and see if anyone else has had the same experience. I really wasn't planning on doing this today because I've got a cold and I don't feel good, and I threw my back out a couple weeks ago. Anyway, but I thought I just need to get on and do it. So let me tell you what's going on. It started actually like a year ago, but then I thought it was fixed. And then it started up again in like maybe June or July. And then I thought it was fixed, this issue I'm having with Etsy. And then I think it was in August, late August, early September, it started again. And the issue was that, one, when I would go in and make a listing in my Etsy shop and do all the work that's required to list an item, and then I would go into my listings to make sure it was there, and yes, it's there, everything looks good, great, I'm good to go, and I go back later that day or the next day, or when I get an order and go in and I see that the item or items that I've listed have been relisted multiple times. I don't know how. I'm not doing it. It's just happens. And I've got 3 or 4 items listed for I only have one, but there are 3 or 4 listings for the same item. So I'd have to delete them and start all over, and then it would work, and then I'd try another one maybe a few days later or a week or 2 later, and the same thing would happen again. Go back in, and there are multiple listings for a single item. Then I started having issues with items that had already been sold would show up in my listings as available. And then we thought we got that fixed, and then I had issues with not being able to message my customers back. And this has been like a nightmare for me, and I have anxiety anyway, so this is just like sent it through the roof. And that's why I haven't been on. I have just been, trying to deal with this as best I could. And since Etsy does not have a customer service person that you can talk to, and if you're lucky to get one online in a live chat, you're lucky, because I've been trying like hours every day, multiple times a day. So basically the only way you can talk to anyone is if you send an email, and it's 24 to 48 hours at the most if someone gets back to you. And in some cases that was the instance. It would take 24 to 48 hours before I would hear from someone, and I would tell them what my issue was and wait for a response. And then you have to wait again for someone to call or to write you back. And every time I get a response, I get a new person, and they're telling me to try something I've already tried, or already asking for information I've already given them multiple times. And I have these threads of emails from Etsy support. One of them's like 26 long, 5 long, 6 long, 9 long, 2 long. I might insert a few just so you can see. But it's just been so frustrating. And I actually thought about closing my shop, because they were telling me that was the only way to maybe correct things, was to close my shop, but then I wouldn't be able to use the same name because I couldn't get into my shop. There was a point I couldn't get into it at all for several weeks. I couldn't even see what if people were buying things. And then I could see what people were buying, but I couldn't message them. It just has been, like I said, a nightmare. And so recently I had a customer that had purchased from me before purchase something that had relisted, that had already been sold, and I was mortified. There was no way for me to get a hold of her because I couldn't message her. I didn't have her phone number or her email because that's not part of Etsy when you purchase something. And Etsy was having me reconfirm my email multiple times. One time when they asked me to reconfirm my email, it took me through a back door, and I was able to see this particular customer's order, and I grabbed her address quickly, and then it shut down. So I was lucky that I got her email or her address, and then I sent her a package and a letter, not the item because I don't have it, but I sent her a letter and asked her to call me or email me so I could explain the situation. And I had mentioned in her previous purchase that I was having issues, so if she had any problems, you know, with me not being able to get a hold of me, that was why. Anyway, make a very long story short, I'm sure she's very, very disappointed and very upset about the whole situation. I did tell her, however, that I had all the same materials and that I could make her an identical one, very nearly, with the exception of maybe a few pieces of ephemera, that it would be identical to the other journal, which I have done, and I'm going to mail it off today to her with some other things for her being so kind. And it's not her fault. I understand that she's probably, you know, never going to want to buy from my shop again and doesn't want to talk to me. She's not responding to my emails, which is fine. I understand that. But I've been so stressed about, you know, being able to put things in my shop. I literally have so much inventory. I have several hundred items that I could put in my Etsy shop, but I have been holding off for months because of this issue that I'm having. And I even yesterday was considering just closing my shop because I just can't deal with this issue. But I've decided today I'm going to give it another go and see, just leave things as they are. The issues are still not completely taken care of, and Etsy told me they don't know how long it's going to take before they will be able to fix everything. And that's discouraging because, again, it's all by email, and everything is coming through India, which I don't have anything against anybody from India, but it's so far removed that there's no one local to talk to and get anything resolved. And so I've had that going on, and then so that's the biggest issue. YouTube closed my channel down, and you may or may not have noticed, they said that I violated some kind of policy. And then they sent me an email, I don't know, a day or two later, and said, I don't remember how long it was, but, and I didn't even notice because I don't get in my email all the time, but every day. But then they said it was back up, that they were in error, but they never told me what it was they thought I did. So there's that. And then, you know, then I threw my back out, and it's been like 3.5 weeks. I've been going to the chiropractor and blah, blah, blah. You don't need to hear all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to at least let you know that I will be back. I've kind of recouped my, gotten my mojo back, I guess I should say, because I really haven't done any crafting other than making this one gal the journal that I'm sending her for free, along with other items, as I've mentioned. But I haven't even been on to see my friends that I am subscribed to, because it's really affected me. And so maybe I'm a weirdo. That's fine. If you think I'm a weirdo, I don't care. I'm just doing me. You do you. But I will be back. I'm surrounded by probably 40 or 50 projects at least Okay, sorry, I got a phone call and that shut things off. So anyway, I am surrounded by 40 to 50 projects at least of things that I have prepared to share with you in tutorials. And I have, again, several hundred items that I need to work on putting in my Etsy shop. And now's the time to do it because it's the holidays and people are purchasing items, and hopefully you will find something in my shop that you would like. Again, it's going to take a lot of work and effort, and I'm just nervous that things aren't going to work out or it's going to mess up. But I'm going to do my best and keep a really good eye on it. Nervous that I'm going to have issues. So I will put in the description box when I share something, if you want to email me directly, if you see something that you like, and we can go that route rather than me putting it in Etsy and maybe having an issue. I haven't had any issues since this particular one, like 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. I still have trouble messaging people back in Etsy, so but I can see what people are looking at and purchasing, so don't be nervous about that if you are. Anyway, I've just had so much going on, like I said. And for any of you that have been following me for any length of time, probably are or remember or are aware of the fact that my sister Diana and I live together. And we have been in the martial arts for 39 years. And she's a 5th degree black belt. I'm a 2nd. And we have 4 students left. We had 42 and we're down to our last 4. And we got 3 of the 4 of them to black belt this past month. They did pre-testing and extra practice and workouts, and then we tested them last 2 Saturdays ago, and this past Saturday was their black belt presentation, which is a big deal because they had all their family and friends come, and then they showed them everything that they've learned and all that kind of thing. So then we have 1 more student get to black belt in February, and then my sister and I are hanging up our black belts, and we are going to be moving on and doing other things. So hopefully I won't have as much time away from my craft room, because this is where I spend pretty much most of my day, every day, except for when I feel like I really need to clean house and do laundry and all that kind of thing. So this is my spot. It brings me joy, and I am so grateful for you for following along with me and letting me share with you the things I like to make and try. And sometimes I'm not successful, but if you don't try, you don't know. So anyway, I just hope that you'll all stick around a little bit longer. Send me some good vibes, because I need them. I'm doing okay, but trying to get over this sinus cold thing and get my back going in the right direction. And anyway, hope you're all well, that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and friends, and just enjoy time off work and eating good food and making memories with the ones you love the most and hold dear to your heart. And I hope you are all blessed, and please be kind to everyone. You never know what they're going through, and we can all use a good word once in a while, right? Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.